Alright, this is my DunJohn revision. I'm just gonna do it. Start game. Loading screen, it loads. Oh my gosh, and then it'll fade out. And now you play the game. There's final boss. Don't worry about it. But look at this box right here. Look at this box. I've never seen a box. Oh my gosh, and it's a bell. These are crazy, crazy enhancements to gameplay and immersion. As you can see, there's that torch up there. Actually can't see it very well. It's got little particles. I also made it to where the camera now doesn't clip out. It will start moving with the wall. So you can't see outside of the walls, but it will still get stuck there. Alright. Character now moves a lot faster, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, and then also the ceilings are closed off, and now you have more natural lighting from the torches. It's like you're actually in a dungeon. Don't worry about these arrows, those won't be displayed to the player. But yeah. This guy will also be... So one mechanical change is now these people, when you touch them in battle and come back, they will disappear. So as you can see, there's a line of these guys. We don't worry about the final boss. Let's go kill this guy. Oh my gosh, battle. New arena. New stuff. Look at this. Barrels, boxes, torches, natural lighting, ceiling closed off. Alright. Second mechanical change. Items are now in the game. You got potions, scrolls, and totems. I have the coding for each of these done. It's just not implemented for all of them. I don't have any scrolls or totems made, but I do got a potion. First, it checks the inventory of the player. You got 10 potions in total. It has a little information bar at the bottom. Heals a small amount of HP. And yeah, potion. You can use this. We'll use this on the healer, because just to get it out of the way. You see, plays little animation, particles. Simple. Alright, over here, next improvement. There's also animation bars here, but when you select, you now have the names of each person that you can target. So I want to target the skeleton knight, kill, and here's another improvement. You'll have a death animation when he dies. Look at that, death animation. Multi-hits kind of bug out the death animations because it plays it repeatedly. I'm still figuring out how to fix that, but that'll be finished later. Alright, for now, also these goblins are made to be one-shot, so you'll see their death animations pretty easily. Alright, yeah, and then let's just kill one of the goblins. As you can see, he gets hit, think, oh, death animation. And then they stay. Sit on the ground, dead. A lot better than my previous death animations, which weren't even really death animations. Yeah, and then things go back. Also, everything moves a lot faster. So here, let's also go back to the items. You see lower potion count. Okay, let's go heal the healer. Ooh, we can heal the healer! If you guys don't know, there was a little joke when I was making my game, where there was this bug where if you healed the healer, it would break the game. So the joke was that you never heal the healer. Alright, don't worry about him being flipped around. Let's go kill the goblin. Let's see, death animation, bam! Oh, he's dead. Alright. But yeah, this goes a lot faster, and then moves a lot faster. Mink, mink. The animations are pretty much the same speed. I wanted to keep those the same, but I did make everybody move faster, because that was a necessary change, because everybody was complaining about things being too slow. So, hopefully that fixes it. Yeah, I'm done. I might also change the delay at the end of turn, but I don't know. Yeah, death animation there, he's dead. Victory screen. Got more boxes and stuff in the back. Got levels. When they do level up, which I don't have XP saving yet between levels, but when they do level up, it does display that, oh, you're at level 2, the person's at level 3. This changes to 2, and then this changes to 3. So that works properly. Alright, return to dungeon. Loading screen again. It'll teleport the player to where they last were. Delete all the people. See, I was right here. Now I'm back. And then, as you can see, this is the starting room. I was right here, so it's like I never left. And then you got all these people here, and the guy who's right here is gone. And then it will remember that for each of these people. I'm not going to display that because that would take a bit too much time. But whenever somebody dies, it puts them in an index. Well, it gives, when the dungeon generates, it gives everybody a number for each time a dude has tried to spawn. And then if they have a number and it's not in an array, well, it's not in the checking if they've been hit array, we'll call that, then they'll spawn. Otherwise, if it is in that array, then they won't spawn. So when the player touches them, it adds the number of the guy who it hit to the array. And because the dungeons generate in a predictable manner because of how I made them, and with John, but how we made them, then each guy will always get the same number when they generate. So then that'll put, like, this guy will be number 1, he'll be number 2, 3, whatever. And then when you go and touch him, it'll put number, like this guy, when I touch him, I put number 1 into the array. And now when I come back, while it's in the loading screen, it generates the whole dungeon, then checks everybody if they're in the array. This guy's number 1 was in the array, so it took him out. It didn't take him out, it just never put him in there. It never spawned. And so if this guy was in here and he's number 2, and number 2's in the array, it takes him out. But if number 2 isn't in the array, he spawns. So yeah, that's how that works. We come over here, final boss, menacing, max aura. Alright, this final boss. I buffed the final boss a lot, so he'll be pretty strong. Yeah, it's called the boss. Punch him. As you can see, he has a lot of health. 407. But also these stats do not save yet. So magic, damage magic, fire needle, the boss. Also, one very universal thing among everybody who I have had playtest the game, they all say they love the fire needle. Yeah, you got his hit, does a triple hit, it does a lot of damage. So as you can see, the tank has lost, like, what is that? 40 health? But yeah, and then it's like items, potions. We'll have the tank potion himself. So there is also one other bug that happens sometimes, and that is when a guy returns to their spot after using an item or sometimes even like a healing spell. If you use another one after that, it'll break their turn. So that is one thing to keep in mind, but I'm working to fix it. And yeah, let's get through this game. Fire NATO. Yeah, I also was planning on getting the final boss to be fully done because it was gonna be a regular sized guy, but he would have a sword that like separates into a bunch of blades. So yeah, get through all this magic. Bam. But yeah, also the boss does have a death animation. He's pretty much just the skeleton knight, but he has a different attack animation. That's the only change. And then his materials are darkened. So he's a withered skeleton. Bam. Alright. I can't use... Oh yeah, also, one thing I have is if you try to use a spell and you don't have the mana for it, like as you can see, it's 15. This is a 25 cost spell. You can't use it. I did try to add it to where if they don't have magic in here, it wouldn't work, but I wasn't able to have it to where it displays these, like how this displays, and I'm not able to have it to where this won't allow you to go into the menu. Because the way that this one checks is through a cost value, and if your cost is at a greater amount than the cost for, well, if your mana is at a greater cost of this, it won't display. It will display this, but if your mana is below the cost, it won't display. And I tried to do this with here by accessing the arrays. Like this accesses an array which only has fire data in it. But yeah, if if these, I was able to make it to where if these had an empty array, it would just make the button do nothing. But I needed it to where it darkened this, but I can't do that yet, so we're not doing it. So yeah, I'll get that done soon. Oh, he's dead! Yay! Game over. We win. And then, as you can see, level up. They have their own little level up thing down here, so you can see that. Then the XP bar goes 2, 3, 2, 2, and then their level will change up. They'll get better stats, but because this doesn't say between instances of the dungeon level, it'll just be like this. Okay, so return to dungeon, and then it'll load. Well, it would go to the end, but I did change the final boss, how the final boss level thing works. But yeah, that's it.